Hello everyone, it's me again, and I have quite the idea this time. I'm going to be taking on one of the hardest games out there. I'm going to be beating Dark Souls. Yeah, not just that, I'm going to be beating all of its bosses too. But before we go into that hard challenge, I'm going to ask that you subscribe to my channel. Yeah, I'm trying to get 500 subscribers. And if you could do this for me, I'll be so grateful. Thank you. And without further ado, let's get straight into it. Let's beat Dark Souls and all of its bosses. We start off by making an absolute Chad of character. I name him Alpha Male, and he would conquer every dang boss in Dark Souls. We run through the asylum, and I got killed. After that embarrassing display, I go to the Asylum Demon. I destroy this boss very easily. Like, it's disturbing how easily I kill that boss. And with that done, now it's time to start the real Dark Souls. I get to Firelink Shrine. I level up Strength, Vitality, and Endurance. After that, I go to Elevator at the bottom of Firelink. I go to the Valley of Drakes. I run past the Drakes and go to another elevator. This time, we're going to the Dark Root Basin. I kill the Black Knight and get a very, very, very important weapon, the Black Knight Halberd. I then make my way to Andre and look what he has. I use the bonfire to level up my strength even further. I then fight the Giant Knight to get some souls, and also to get the Firekeeper soul. After this, I go to the Undeadburg and kill most of the enemies there. I make my way to the Terrorist Demon, and boom, I fall off a cliff. Let's pretend that didn't happen. We did not see that. I run back, except for this time, I have a summon. We then take on the demon once again and demolish it where it stands. I then make a most important trip and talk to the magnificent man, Solaire. I summoned a very handsome man named Sir Robin. He would help me beat this section. We pushed through like the Chads we are, and we got to the boss of this level, the Bell Gargoyles. This would not be a challenge for me, Sir Robin, because we had help. Help from the man, the myth, the legend, Solaire. After that, I rang the first bell of awakening. I upgrade my character, and I'm now able to use the most overpowered weapon in the game, the Dark Knight Halberd. I then kill this weird giant dude who's holding this trident thingy. He gave me souls, which were nice to have, you know? After this, I make my way through the Dark Root Basin and get to the Moonlight Butterfly fight. I enter its arena, and I have to play the waiting game for it to come to me, but once it comes to me, I absolutely demolish its health bar until it's no more. That's another boss done. I go back to Andre and he levels up my weapon. You know what that means? It's even more overpowered now. I then make my way to the absolute horror that is Blighttown. I make my way through it and I summon another person to help me beat this hellish nightmare. We make our way over to Quelaag, the Chaos Witch, and the fight begins. It goes very smoothly and I do more than enough damage. Me and my summon beat this boss, and that's another bell done. There's not much to say about what happened, other than the fact that I died an ungodly amount of times. Like, it was so much death, I was gonna cry. I finally made it to Capra Demon, and it was still cancer, but with enough determination, I made it through. That's another boss off the giant list we have here. I make my way through Sin's Fortress, and it goes pretty dang well. I'm surprised it went this well. I usually die at least 500 times on this stupid section. After that, I summon this person, and we make a joke out of the Iron Golem. You know what it's time for? It's time for Anolondo and its horrors. I run through literally all of Anolondo. There's pretty much nothing to say about this. Anyway, I fought the power double, and it was hard as always. They killed me a few times, but I resisted and I fought through it. I killed the power double, and the sense of relief went through my body. I got the Lord Vessel from Lady Boobs herself, and I killed her so that Anolondo can go dark. This was needed so I could fight one of the bosses. After that, I fought the hardest boss in the game, Pinwheel. As always, the fight was a pushover, and I got the Rite of Kindling. What do I even say about Ceaseless Discharge? He was as easy as moving your hand up. I killed him like 5 seconds. Yeah, not very interesting. This is only the beginning of the pain though. I run through Demon Ruins and totally don't die to Demon Fire Sage. After that, I teach this clown who's boss. This was a lot harder than I thought. I swear I'm not bad at this game. This was just a mistake. Just like you. Not even 5 seconds after I fight the Demon Fire Sage, I have to fight another boss. This just shows that the Lava Ruins in Dark Souls is the worst section. I summon a player, and we teach the demon who's king around these parts. Yeah, in case you don't know, I'm a gamer. It's time for the worst part of the game. It's Bed of Chaos time. I died over and over again. I was beginning to lose my sanity over this boss. Who in their right mind decided this was good? Like, oh my lord, I suffered a heart attack from playing this stupid freaking boss after an hour of cancer. I beat Bed of Chaos. That's another boss off the list. I go back to Anor Londo and I go down the steps of the elevator. At the bottom is a bonfire and a fog gate. I go through it and I fight this very tedious boss. I have to dodge all of its magic attacks. It took a bit, but I beat the Son of Gwen. Goodbye, Gwendolyn. I go back to the Undead Asylum and I enter the building. When I enter the building, the floor below me collapses and I hit the floor. When I look up, in front of me was another reskin of the first boss. In case you don't know, there was 2 bosses that were the same before this. There's the Demon Fire Sage and the Asylum Demon. It was just the same as the others. I killed him, and that's another stupid freaking boss done with this game. There's literally nothing to say about Crossbreed Priscilla, other than the fact that I nearly fell asleep. This fight is so freaking boring. That's another boss off the kill list. The Sanctuary Guardian is usually a very hard fight, but I have something called a big health bar and god tier armor. If that's not easy enough for your small brain to understand, let me put it plain and simple. He did not stand a chance against the absolute gaming god that is me. That's the first DLC boss down. I go back through the Darkroot Basin and I open this door to a new arena. I run through it like an absolute gaming Chad and make it to Sif's arena. It was not a hard fight, but it still made me sad. I had to put the dog down. And that's another boss down. I'm still sad about it though. I sprint my way through the absolute terror that is Royal Wood. Once I get past it, I make it to one of the best bosses in the game, Artorias. He kicked my butt on the first attempt, but I'm a true gamer, so I kept going. I came back to his arena, but this time I had a summon with me. We had a few close calls, but with our combined power, the night fell. That's the second DLC boss done. I make my way through the depths and make it to the next boss, the Gaping Dragon. It has a sick intro, but dies really easily. We are coming to the end of this challenge. We have a few bosses left. I go through the catacombs, which is no problem with Havel's armor. I then make it to Death himself. Like a Chad, I go up to Death and teach him who's boss. This fight was very stressful, but I did what I had to do. Gravelord Nito was destroyed. We will complete this. I drop my balls and run through Crystal Cave. I was so terrified of falling off the ledge to my death, but we made it through alive. I entered Seth's arena and I break his life essence. After that, it was a rather easy fight and I take him down. 2 more DLC bosses and 1 more Lord Soul to go. Kings was way too easy. I had overpowered damage and they could barely hit me. That's all I could really say about this boss. It was absolutely easy, and that's another boss down. I walk through the chasm and make it to the Poppy of the Abyss himself, Manus. This fight was very difficult and I died several times. Then I grew some nuts and the inner Chad in me was revealed. I got lucky RNG and I killed the Poppy himself. 1 more DLC boss and then it's Gwen time. I made my way down to the Royal Wood and into Calamite's area. This was the final boss until I had to beat Gwen. I was ready for the fight of my life. I died a few times to this dragon, but my inner gamer was shown again and I won. Calamite was no more. This leaves only Gwen. And the end of this god-forsaken game. I opened up the door to the killing of the first flame. I was ready for whatever would happen, and I would rise above it. I ran through the kiln and killed all the knights that were in my way. I made it to his arena with all the might who had fallen before him. I entered his arena and I died. After that, I ran back, and now it's time for the real fight. I'm not gonna talk. I'm gonna let you guys enjoy this fight. I finally beat Dark Souls. I walked through the door, and the Age of Darkness was set upon us now. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider liking and subscribing to me. I'll be doing Dark Souls 3 next, so that'll be fun. I hope to see all of you there too. Thank you for all the support, and I would like to have 500 subscribers. Thank you, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.